Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back to Turn Order Warped, episode number 32-ish.
/0.
The finale.
Yeah.
32 asterisks.
Yeah.
You know, the cool thing is, no one's been a Spartan yet.
No Spartans.
There hasn't.
Which is pretty much like...
There hasn't been.
Like Worf.
Would you allow us to pull things from OLD as well, like races and stuff?
It depends. There's actually a bunch of races that were added with the
Tree people and shit.
Yeah,
What?
there's tree people and shit. Let's get some of the books up, but I don't necessarily want to do too much about the character stuff. I'd like to
get the setting and stuff.
Yeah, I'd
first.
like to figure out what we want to do in terms of like the actual setup. Like, where do we want to do stuff?
So
I'd like very much to do a collaborative kind of thing, because it's been working really well, like on 7th Eon, and I think it's just a good way to do things. I want you guys to feel more invested in the setting.
Sure.
And I want you to, have contributions to add.
Yeah.
So we were, before, when we were doing this, we were in that sort of area of the map. And actually, let me bring that up on stream too. Whoops, I'm way zoomed in. Okay. All right. Yeah, so here's the sort of general kind of look. Let's put this... We want something more mellow. Chill. So we were in that kind of an area on the map before in the galaxy. I'd like to sort of keep the same kind of layout for in terms of like where we are space-wise, like where the general kind of population is set up. But other than that, I mean, we're kind of open, like, as to what we want to do.
So Bobby mentioned like an Enterprise situation, and the reason I think that would be fun is because we could have all met at like the Academy or something and sort of know each other. But I think that in that kind of setting, we're still in a lot of peril at times when we have to take a shuttle out or we have to go onto a planet. So there can be, just a universe of possibilities, but I want to hear what other people think as well.
Yeah, so that's what I was talking about, like in regard to just setting like Star Trek. Like, you could do like TNG, where you're part of like a federation and you're doing exploring and charting uncharted space. Could do like we could be on a just a like Deep Space Nine, where we're all on a just like a space station.
On a station, yeah.
Space, and we could just like that.
I was thinking about one. That's kind of one of the ideas I was having is on the space station.
DS9ing it.
You've got your role there, and a lot of the inter-character drama and stuff is on there. But then a lot of the threats can be external, or being sent out to explore, or manning fighter shuttles to defend the station, or
going into the mirror universe where everybody has moustaches.
I'm making a list of everyone's ideas. So, Chad, if you've got ideas, so stay listening, type it in, and I'll take a note as well.
Yeah, like Heroes Against the Galactic Challenge. Like, we could be like the group from Star Wars trying to take down the evil empire. Like, we could all be Star Knights. Like, it really depends. What's chat thing?
Wow, yeah. That's
okay, if we're all Star
cool
Knights, do we all have to talk like this?
No.
No.
So I automatically veto the All Star Knights idea. I fucking hate that shit. I've never been a fan of like the whole like everybody's a fucking space paladin. That's got to be like my worst case scenario imagination for a show for me.
Yeah, that's fair. But even if we followed like that sort of pathway, like have at least a Star Knight and then accompanying characters, or
sure.
All right, so Felon, space pirate smugglers. It's another suggestion. Like we were kind of honest, kind of just trying to find our way and almost start to make a name for ourselves type thing.
Well, the
than-
model for this show was very much in the sort of like Firefly kind of.
Yeah.
I
feel.
like Firefly. We got cut off far too early.
Yeah.
Well, you lasted a lot longer than Firefly did.
Yeah. Fair enough.
32 episodes, a lot longer than Firefly. What did that get? 12?
4 hours a piece. Like that's way more.
Yeah.
Yeah, I honestly, what I keep going back to, like, I would really love to just explore unexplored space. Like, that is something I think I would really like to do.
That'd be amazing.
Like,
we could be like space cops as well.
Oh yeah. So we could be the
Potentially.
opposite of pirates.
Yeah, we could be working for the
Some kind of
Galactic-
federation or alliance.
we can be the Galactic Cops or there's a good pun in there. If someone came up with a good pun for
The one thing.
law enforcement in space.
The one thing, the only thing that that's sort of like a common thing here in this galaxy is just kind of like the Galactic Alliance. It's very similar to the way that the Federation is set up from Star Trek. But the main races that are involved are the Felans, the humans, the Venetians, and the Boreans.
Yeah.
Also potentially Space Marines type dealio. Starship Troopers.
I don't know if I want to go like military or police.
I get to be Gary Busey's brother, whose name I can never remember.
No, that's his son that was on that.
That was his son who was on that?
Cop.
God damn it. That
With
one.
the most-
I'll be the Busey one.
Most giant teeth I've ever seen in my life. He looked like when Jim Carrey put on the mask.
Farscape style would be just a bunch of Fellan idiots just floating through space on a ship that's organic named Moya. God, how do I remember that? It's been so long since I watched that show.
With Hercules. No, it's not the wrong one, right? That's
Andromeda.
Yeah, no.
I always
no.
get those two mixed up. Like
Yeah, no,
every
Farscape's
time.
the one with like pilot and that fucking planet
Uh,
lady, and it was all and then dude with the weird nose shit going on, and
And
there's always got to be a warrior dude with weird nose shit going on.
the guy that ended up in Stargate as well.
I like the idea of like investigating like a threat to the galaxy. Like there's sort of
Like the outer colonies have gone quiet.
Well,
You've
yeah,
been
and
sent to
something-
investigate.
or something like what Sheepy was saying, like horror/aliens, like that sort of like unknown.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but Sheepdog suggested that, so
So now it's just out.
Stuck on a ship with a xenomorph-like
Is-
creature. Well-
Is the xenomorph type creature basically just like a bunch of horribly irradiated baby Ogrons?
it's a xenomorph, but it's a Z,
Okay.
so it's similar to, but legally distinguishable from
Mass
xenomorph
Effect style.
elements.
What? Who are we just gonna have sex with everybody?
Well, that's
Sounds good
basically
to
what
me.
Farscape
Okay.
was. That's basically what Farscape was. So,
Yeah, pretty
and
much.
what was that one show? It was really similar to Farscape. I think it was like Australian or some shit. You know what I'm talking about? It was another sci-fi show.
Red Dwarf.
No.
No, that's a comedy.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
Lex.
We need a dwarf style show. Peachy would
Lex.
shit himself.
Lex.
Oh, Lex is fucking amazing. I loved Lex.
Lex was like a more sexed up version of Farscape.
Sorry.
Other
yeah.
space shows, just to
Lex is
get
fucking
ideas going for
brilliant.
people. Babylon 5. And obviously Battlestar Galactica, if people want to pull ideas from those
I'm
shows.
super about just a shitty broken down mining ship. Yeah, and one of us has gotta have dreadlocks. I think we should probably call Lister. Let's be honest. Yeah.
We could all be like we could just emulate the movie Clerks by Kevin Smith, and we're just all working in like a
Space Cafe.
space
Yeah. Totally.
shop.
I don't know if Peachy's funny enough for that.
Oh.
Wow.
Yeah, he is.
I love taking shots at him when he's not here. It makes me feel powerful and in control.
Stargate Universe. you're on a ship you can't control and it keeps jumping, and you got to get supplies and etc. from planets you pass.
That's basically Star Trek Voyager as well, though.
Kind of. I mean, Voyager here.
Okay. How about Quantum Leap in space? Everybody's just like, oh boy. Every episode. This episode, I don't know.
Yeah, episodic.
This episode, you're all a
Outlaw
middle-aged mother of
Star.
6.
Outlaw Star was fucking that was a great anime.
We could go we could even go as far as like Gundam, where we all have mech suits, or
How about Gurren Lagann?
Or
such a good.
Knights of Sidonia no Kishin, fighting big, huge space testicles
Oh man, mechs.
with robots.
I want like Gundam meets TNG meets Clerks.
Okay.
I don't think Clerks is doable. I don't think Clerks is actually doable.
That would never.
I love Knights of Sidonia with Therma. That show is so good.
Gundam Warped. Can a campaign be that anime? Yeah, I mean, where are you guys leaning? I mean, we've had a lot of brainstorming.
I'm leaning towards something a little darker, to be honest.
Yeah, I'd like a darker setting, like more, not necessarily horror-esque, but I do miss, like, I know it was a different campaign, a different show, but I miss the horror-esque sort of dreary feeling from Blood and Mist.
I
mean,
you're lucky Peachy's not here. He'd be like, "Fuck that."
Not so much the dreary of it, but the constant looming threat. Do you know what I mean?
Constant doom hanging
Because
over
in
our
this
head.
campaign, there wasn't really like Bloody Name were there, but they weren't like.
Well, we
a
went
major
into this.
threat to-
We went into this campaign as specifically creating a sort of sandbox kind of campaign where there wasn't that like looming. That's specifically what we kind of went into it with.
Yeah,
We
and I
wanted
feel
to
like
be
we
very
spent the
open.
past 32 weeks sort of building the sandbox.
Right.
So like we could kind of, I still would like to play in this galaxy in the same time period, like the same, but just on a different aspect.
I mean, I'll be honest with you. I'd really like to play someplace different in the galaxy because we played in an area where there was really not a presence. I mean, you guys were out in the frontier for all intents and purposes. You know, you were basically as far out as you could be without being in sort of like the unknown areas. So
And that's what I want. I'd love, like, we have to like explore, or we're tasked with like charting the
So that gets my
Oran's
vote.
arm.
Well, here's the thing with that. If you want to do that, that's okay, but we're going to have to sort of come up with a way for you to interact with things, right? Like you can explore stuff, you can sort of like meet new races. Do you want to take on like a Star Trek Enterprise kind of role, like that series where they were very much a new kind of part in things? Yeah, I'd love to give Peachy a say in it. I mean, I don't know, we're not making any plans right now. We're just brainstorming.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I don't want to leave him out.
So my vote personally so far of all the ideas we've had would be for an Enterprise-esque setting. Because then we could have like weird holodeck shit that goes wrong, which is fun, and
It'd be nice to be on like a more technologically advanced vessel.
Well,
yeah, since there is a lot of technology available
like-
in this setting.
if we're doing Enterprise, I get to be Scott Bakula.
Wait,
Bakula, isn't it?
Oh, I say Bakula is probably Bakula.
Scott
oh yeah, I always said Bacula, but
Bakula, like Dracula.
I want to be Q.
Yeah.
Q, yes, Q could be the overriding threat.
Oh Christ! I actually really like John Delancey though, so
Yeah.
So I mean, we definitely need to think about like what we're gonna do, and we're not gonna have anything ready for next week. That's not gonna be a thing. What might happen is next week we figure out the direction we want to head, and maybe we'll make some characters or something.
Mm-hmm.
But I do want to take on more of a collaborative effort with the show. So we're gonna. I want to do this brainstorming and stuff, and then once we do the brainstorming, you can kind of figure out a couple things. Like, I really like the idea that the way I've been doing things for 7th Eon, which was in that campaign, I had everybody create a city. So all the players created a city, chat created a city, and I created a city. And I had my mods also create a city. Mm-hmm. And there was kind of like a generally pretty open-ended kind of situation where everybody determined like what was happening in their city, what were some threats and stuff like that, what, fashion and architecture and all that kind of shit. So maybe we could do that with planets, or we can think up something else.
For me, it'd be really cool if we had the type of setting, because we have all this technology available to us at this time, and it's based on, we're even given rareness for the items, but it'd be really cool if like we didn't have to always travel pretty far to see if the place might have a thing, but we could like warp down to a place and like this week, roll of the dice. What do they have? Do they have the actual pulse cannon this time? No, that didn't come through. Oh, they got a new shipment next week. We can kind of pop in. It'd be nice to be part of a bigger system where we can kind of like, we're warping over to this part of space, so let's see what's available, kind of thing.
Well, that is something to think about, because if we do the FTL travel, we are constrained by how far we can go. If
jump gates.
Well, I had jump gates in this one.
No.
Just never ever.
You just never went to any of them.
Yeah. We didn't. We like really didn't do.
Oh yeah, do you guys want to see what the fucking? We'll show the system map. Let's unblock
the fuel
this.
thing.
Yeah.
Holy shit!
Yeah, it's massive. we were
I thought it was big, but I didn't think it was.
Oh yeah!
Oh my god!
We were like,
way
this,
bigger than
this
I
is
thought.
all, and even like that is we didn't even explore that much.
Yeah.
Where's the good loot hidden? Which one? That one?
The good loot. So I really only created like the area sort of out from you guys that was like, oh god. I just went in that visible area that we had, which was something like it was like out. It was basically like out here.
What happened to H.A.W.K? My contact.
H.A.W.K? H.A.W.K was
he went
killed.
Off the grid. He was killed. I thought
Yep.
so.
H.A.W.K was killed.
By hunter killers.
Yep.
Was he tortured first?
Damn!
I
don't know. What are you gonna roll?
You sound so hopeful.
I didn't really think about that.
Yeah, I thought H.A.W.K got killed. He was caught up in some bad shit. Did Dr. Mason make it?
Yeah, because look at all these weapons we haven't been able to get our hands on. They look
Dr.
amazing.
Mason was turned into the hunter killer, basically elder brain scenario. Like
okay.
Yeah. He became part of their AI.
Ooh,
Well,
damn.
of course he did. He's such a so Dr. Mason was one of these guys who is like super fanboy obsessed, like total nerd. Like I kind of based him in my head a bit off of Ogron from Metal Gear Solid, where he's a total nerd into things, and he was like that about AI and everything. So it makes sense that he turned into that. So he was trying to get me back so he could assimilate that initial program he made and do whatever.
Yeah, so
But Lord.
my general
Will
desire for this.
H.A.W.K ever get over me?
No. Would be like we're basically the five of us are the away team for shenanigans. That sounds amazing to me.
Well, what if the Space Knights are almost completely wiped out by like the Tith or something?
Oh, you mean the TIFF?
The D-Public or someone like that. And then we have this guy who's got like blue and black skin and these like horns and a triple-sided laser sword.
There you go.
No, I'm messing. I'm down for Explorer style or like space station-y type style. Or
Yeah, remote space station.
I'm pretty much up for anything. I build a character around whatever setting you guys choose.
Like,
What does
we're
chat
out.
really? What does
Same.
chat really want to see?
Yeah.
Because that's
I'm
an
seeing all
important
different
part.
kinds of stuff from
Yeah.
chat. So I think
Sheepdog wants to see us be Indiana Jones in space. I think that's
that.
Han Solo you're talking about.
Well, no.
we saw
Not
some.
the act-
we
not
saw
the
some,
actor.
we saw some really cool ideas for some Gundam stuff. We saw some stuff, similar kind of like Mass Effect-y kind of things, where there's a big impending doom.
I'd like to have that anyway. I feel like a big impending doom, like a big threat to civilization as we know it, would be fun to have tied in anyway.
Mm-hmm.
But I still like the idea of, like, as Tuesday was saying, that sort of TNG Enterprise-esque sort of feel. But I really would love mechs. I really want the Gundam feel as well. That's what I'm thinking. Like in my mind, that's what I got brewing.
Yeah, and I
Interplanetary
could be
Gundam.
happy on a remote space station too, where we have to, kind of get it set up and going, protect it, go out and explore, get, resources and stuff. So whether it's a ship or a space station.
With things like that, you're probably looking at another kind of similar area, right? Like if you did that, I'm talking about like in terms of the amount of planets that you'd interact with. Like the amount of planets, probably not a lot. If you're sort of in a space, if you're locked into a space station, it's going to be a lot of sort of journeys to planets that are nearby.
Sure.
You're really not
the space station could be next to one of the warp gates, like protects the warp gate.
Yeah, or we have like warp capability somehow if we're part of a federation.
Or like, it really depends on it, like how stationary we want to be.
So I recently finished an interesting space-based series. It's called the Ember War. It's a military one, but it had this sort of world-ending event created by aliens that wiped out most of the population. They had a lifeline in the form of an alien, a different alien species that sort of gave one person a warning, and this one person became like ultra Bill Gates, Elon Musk meets Jeff Bezos, mega guy, super genius, because he had this like alien presence that affected his decisions and stuff. And he was able to save a part of the population by sort of taking them out of action, like in putting them in stasis for when this extinction level event happened, and then try to build the race back up. So they had this situation where they were part of an alliance, they were part of a group that were other survivors, basically, like other alien races that somehow managed to survive with part of their species, and they sort of like teamed up to defeat them. So there was always this like presence of these aliens that were always on the horizon, that they were almost certainly going to kill everyone, to wipe out the whole galaxy, to basically populate it themselves. So there was a kind of never-ending threat on the horizon. Just another thing to think about.
Mm-hmm.
Could be survivors. That was the kind of interesting thing, I think, from Battlestar Galactica, right? Like, they were survivors.
I like that idea too.
Yeah.
I like the idea of a salary and access to more technology, because it takes a long time to build up to, like, now we have the capability to do this or to do that. I feel like if without it, we'll get stuck in one spot, kind of not being able to do stuff. But that would be a whole different kind of show. where
Yeah,
it's
I
kinda
mean,
like
it's
more about
we've
interaction.
got a
player interaction.
we got a lot of different possibilities.
Yeah.
You know, we've got a lot of different choices here. So I think maybe we'll. What do you think, chat? Like, I think I want to put like I want to put a vote down, and I want to sort of. I'm gonna sort of like make it really vague in terms of like, putting a general direction for the show to head. You know, because we're getting kind of like specific, and I think we should keep it vague, and then through our collaborative process, we can sort of get more specific as we go.
Yeah. Like vague as in
So
like
the vaguer
exploration.
parts of it are like, you know, explorers for the Alliance or whatever, mercenaries.
I'm just
space
gonna do.
pirates.
I'm gonna do like one word thing.
Yeah.
Like stationary
Explorers,
exploration.
General direction of new warped campaign. Option 1: explorers.
What 2?
Horror.
Horror.
God, not horror. No horror.
Military.
I'm voting horror.
Military.
Fair warning, I am a giant fucking baby when it comes to horror stuff. Giant baby. Even like RP horror stuff where it's just like, rah, rah, rah. Still just, it's.
Oh, I remember Hexed, Fuzzy. I remember.
Yeah,
When I lit the ghost baby on fire.
Yeah.
Ghost babies.
I legit freaked the fuck out. It was, yeah.
Okay.
The lights
Explorers,
on the ship go out.
horror,
I've
defenders.
seen Event Horizon. No, thank you.
Explorers, horror, military, defenders,
Pirates.
Explorers. That gets my vote.
Any other big vague things we can say? Explorers, horror, military, defenders, pirates, survivors, heroes.
Yeah,
Oh, what
what
about
we call
cops?
a-
Let's put cops, space cops.
Cops. Yeah.
Therma
cops.
is saying terraformers,
Are we
so we're
talking
basically
cops,
like
have
setting
you
up
guys
a
seen
colony.
Yeah,
Star Wars
colonists.
cops thing?
Colonists, yeah, that's how to put terraformers.
Yeah.
Have you guys seen? You've seen the Star Wars cops thing, right? Stormtroopers, like cops.
Oh, I think I have seen that. I think
Yeah.
I have. Yeah.
Fucking glorious. I love it.
All right. Votes going into chat now. Let's see what you guys think. We might not necessarily do this, but I'm curious. I want to see where chat likes the what
Remember,
chat
the
likes
numbers
most.
before the option, not after.
Yes.
So don't make a mistake. The numbers before the option.
Poll started. You can enter by typing !vote.
Don't know what I'm gonna vote for at all those. I think I'm gonna go for that one.
I'm voting colonists purely because aliens. What horror
That would be
film is
horror. Yeah. Like Alien Covenant, the new one.
Game over, man! Game over!
Keisha,
I
I've
say
been
we
keeping
take
up on
off
current events.
colony from orbit. It's the only
Wow,
way to
lots of people voting colonists. Interesting.
I see that.
Lost in space.
I know, Boo Boo. I know you want to eat. You're gonna eat on the next break, okay? You gotta wait half an
Wants to
hour.
vote. She wants to vote.
We need a space boo-boo.
We might only
okay, okay.
only do like this hour is the final hour today, and then
I'm good with that, to be honest with you, because I wanna go and hang out with my kid and things.
yeah. Well, Boo Boo's right there. She's meowing a lot because she wants to eat. It's almost time to eat. Okay. I didn't put a timer on this, so I can kind of end this whenever, but it looks like the votes are starting to peter out. All right, last chance for votes.
Last call. Ding, ding,
Last
ding, ding.
call.
Last call. Last call, gentlemen.
God, horror is so hard to do.
Yeah, it doesn't look like that's gonna win. So I think
It's
we might
actually tied with colonists right now.
be- Oh. Boo Boo wants to stream. Boo Boo wants to eat.
Yeah, Boo Boo does
This
want
is-
to eat. Right, Boo Boo?
Mrs. Z says horror. That's her vote. She's not in the chat though. So.
Mrs. Z is evil. I like her. Did you just pour me a glass of tequila, Bob?
Tequila orange juice?
Just saying, Fuzzy. If he asks, say yes.
I have beer though. You're a bad influence.
Tequila
Beer is
and
liquid
orange
bread, it's
juice?
good for you.
What the fuck is that?
It's a thing.
Yeah, it's nice. Well, okay. Also, tequila sunrise is tequila and orange juice and something else.
Right. Yeah.
Tequila goes nicely with orange juice and anything citrus based.
Yeah.
Orange just goes good with a lot of alcohol.
That's
Yeah.
true. That's true.
Mexican screwdriver.
Yeah. That's pretty much what it is.
Basically, yeah.
That would definitely be the name.
Combine 1 and 7. Combine horror and
I
colonists.
believe that's L screwdriver.
Well, I think I think the terraformers thing is kind of a horror colonists kind of situation.
It's like like Pitch Black. Yeah. You know, the Vin Diesel
Vin
one
Diesel,
where they
yeah.
go to the planet
Totally.
and then the night comes and
Yeah.
or horror exploration. Horror.
Horror and exploration.
I love
Explore-
exploring horrors.
All right.
Do. Let's open this. No, let's not open that door.
So horror and colonists tied.
It's alien. We're basically gonna. Yeah. Okay.
Space Cops was the next one that was up.
Yayland. We work for Yayland Wutani.
Yep. And Therma says, be very excited for a Pitch Black themed game.
Well, I don't know what we're gonna do. I mean, we gotta definitely think on it for a bit. Horror and colonists.
This one's Wack's gonna have a hell of a time with this one.
Oh, yeah.
He's gonna be like, why did I open up a third campaign to the chat?
Well, the thing is that it can sort of be interpreted in a bunch of different ways.
As long as a corporation that had a lot of money sent us here, so we just don't have, like, no...
Yeah, they said is there just happened to be a mysterious signal. We go down and
They
there's
should be
these like
wealthy.
egg-looking things, and if you go near them,
Little tiny Ogrons pop out and try and eat your face off.
They have acid for blood. Yeah, but they got to fight each other first, and then the one that wins comes after you.
Massive issues with body snatchers.
But it's okay because if you offer them a cupcake, they're just like, no. I do not have massive issues with body snatchers. I definitely don't get freaked out by that bit where it goes. It's definitely on.
That shit scared the hell out of me when I was little. I watched that movie when
Fucking right.
we went to visit my cousins in Canada, and I think 10 years old, something like that. And they're like, okay, you gotta go up to bed, like we're gonna watch scary movies. I'm like, I want to watch, I don't want to go to bed.
Yeah.
And I snuck in through the railing, like going on the stairs, and like caught some of the movie, and it was
I've
the
done that
worst
before.
choice ever.
You're
like
bad.
the worst choice.
I did that with Jaws. That
I
was
had
some interesting
so many
nightmares.
nightmares. I had
Yeah.
so many.
I tell you what, one thing that really shit me up when I was like quite young was Day of the Triffids, like the British TV series of Day of the Triffids, scared the fuck out of me. I was scared of hollyhocks for years afterwards because they're like tall and go like this. And I was like, ah!
Yeah. Don't ever see
Evil
Poltergeist.
Dead scared the shit out of me.
Poltergeist
Oh,
as a
God, wait,
child.
which one? The one with the tree?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
On
don't,
TV.
I don't think Evil Dead really
No,
ever
no,
got
no,
me.
no,
I
the
thought that was
tree-
too
oh,
Oh,
funny.
in
The
Evil
one-
Dead, the tree
Yeah.
rape.
Yeah, that I was trying to, just hint at it, but yeah.
There was also a tree in Poltergeist that came in the window.
Fuck that tree and fuck that clown doll. My gran gave me a clown doll exactly like that fucking clown doll.
Yeah.
God
Not
love
cool.
her.
And I had a tree outside my bedroom window.
Not cool.
Hey, Fuzzy, do you want to go see the new It movie
No.
together?
No, no, no.
You
no.
sure?
You can go fuck yourself.
So, okay. So we're thinking horror and colonists. That's kind of an interesting thing. So I feel like how are we going to get people involved in this in terms of like a collaborative scenario? How do we...
So people can come up with what they think the overriding threat is. They can come up with who's funding the colonists thing and like why this colonist thing is happening and all.
Finding old abandoned colonies, like the history of those, or ancient stuff, or the kind of creatures and stuff you come across.
Mm-hmm.
Habitable planets and everything to do with that as we're searching somewhere.
Things relatively
Yeah, it might not be
nearby.
that we're just hitting one planet. We might be trying, we've been given a ship by a corporation and we're trying to set up colonies on multiple places, and they could come up with different planets with different threats on them.
Crew
Very
members on the ship.
Colonist
that will be on.
ship is also interesting.
Yeah,
That gives you that almost allows you to get a little bit of exploration in too.
that's what I'm thinking. That's why I
Yeah.
steered it that way.
What, we're just like the shift that are maybe awake looking after the frozen people.
You could do that. It
Like
could be
Pandorum.
it could be a situation where you guys are
Like the new fucking shitty alien
well, the
movie.
reason that I like that is because if we give people the opportunity to create stuff, I think that, well, because like I want you guys to be able to create stuff too. Besides just the characters, I want you to have a little bit more investment in things. Perhaps what we could do is each of you could create an alien presence of some kind.
Sure.
And we can leave it nondescript, so we will encounter these aliens in one way or another in the story at some point.
And we keep it to ourselves and just tell you. So when we come across...
Well, no, I want it to be a collaborative kind of thing, but I also, but like, I'm gonna give you guys certain things to work on, and then I'll expand it from there. So there's still some surprise that happens, just like in Seventh Eon, like we kept it kind of vague. You guys just kind of answered some vague questions just so we could steer things in a direction, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's a pretty good way to do it. We could have each of the players create like an alien situation. I'll work up some questions that you guys answer, and it can be vague, and it doesn't have to be like super detailed, And we can do that.
That sounds cool.
But yeah, I like that. I think that's the direction. I'm gonna make an executive decision there. So we'll do a colonist ship, and it'll be we're gonna have some scary shit in there. So we'll cover the horror aspect, and then I think there's a bunch of people here that wanted the exploration thing, so we can have that be a situation too. You have, it's a colony ship. You know, you guys are meant to try and get a little bit of an Andromeda kind of thing going on. Fuzzy's favorite game of all time.
It was all right. It wasn't the worst. I'm just disappointed. It was the game that basically killed the series.
Yeah, killed it for me.
No. Literally, they've cancelled it. There's no DLC, nothing. They just pulled the plug, as far as I'm aware.
Yeah, Mass Effect. I'm sure it'll be rebooted at some point down the line. There's no way that IP will be left.
I mean, is it really good enough to? And I mean, it's not that good a game series to begin with.
Oh,
They'll
wow,
do
he's
some
pushing the buttons.
Bobby, I would like you to say that to Garrus's face. All right, can you say that to Garrus's face? Say that to Garrus. Look him in his little blue eyes.
I love the Mass Effect series.
Well, not Bobby, sorry, fucking Zuccoticus. I was so angry I got the names wrong. But yeah, look at his little fucking blue eyes and tell him that Mass Effect's not that good. Anyway.
I can't remember his voice, or I would say the game was overrated and his voice just to be funny.
Random.
But just pretend I didn't laugh, chat. Thanks.
I'm gonna come to your house and shit on your favorite blanket.
Sorry, I've got the young team. I'm sad about you.
So yeah, a colony ship of some kind, and we'll work up some ideas and stuff for aliens that the players will run into through the course of things. And it doesn't have to be like bad aliens. Like it could be good aliens. It's it'll be we'll figure out like that stuff as we go. So we'll think a colony ship, and you guys are kind of exploring to find a suitable place to put colony. It might not just be one colony either. Maybe it's multiple. Maybe you're
like
trying
this.
to put multiple colonies down.
Yeah, we're
I
like
like this a
dropping
lot.
off colonist pods.
We could have
Bye-bye. Have fun
emissaries
storming the
and
castle.
colonists from a bunch of different alien races that require different habitable things for different planets. Like one might need an air.
Yeah, we're probably a colonist
water world.
corporation.
Yeah.
Where this is kind of
Yeah,
what
we'd
we
have
do.
to like go down to the planet, like check it out, make sure it's all right for
Yep.
etc.
Yep.
And then encounter weird new shit.
I wanna
I've got
be-
an
I
idea
wanna
for aliens to run into already.
I want to be Chakotay.
Okay, sounds good.
Yeah.
Fine, I call 7 of 9 then.
There you
I'll
go.
be H.A.W.K.
Perfect impersonation, Fuzzy. Nailed it.
Yeah. Just put 2 bubbles right here.
Okay, so I think we've got kind of a base idea set up, and I think we will take things into next week with a new start. We'll start fresh. So next week, I think what we'll do is I'll have some kind of like we're gonna have next week be a session where we do character creation, and we do the like alien creation and stuff. And I think chat will be involved as well.
What if people are involved art-wise and they get to do character art and we vote on the best one
I mean, I'm always down for that kind of stuff.
for a character portrait? Wouldn't that be awesome?
I'm always down for that kind of thing. I don't know.
Or
if
each player gets to choose their favorite.
I
Oh,
don't.
I like that one.
I don't know.
Excitable.
I don't know if we've got enough of an audience to do that, but I would be fantastic if we get some fan art. I think I'd be super down for that. I'd be super down. So yeah, let's finish things up. I think for this week, kind of a sad week, but it happened. It's a thing that happened. Why don't we let's go around the room and do some final shout outs. Let's get her done. Zgonicus, why don't you start us off?
Hey everyone, I'm Zgonicus, and I played H.A.W.K, who was an android with a big heart, a big gun, and a big axe, and a short list of friends, since a lot of them died. Because he was being hunted by super killer death robots that did not mess around, and if they had caught up with us, that would have been the way we died. So that's awesome. You guys can follow me on twitch.tv/Zgonicus on Monday. I'm going to be starting my first ever basically completely blind playthrough of The Last of Us. I don't know if you heard of that game, but it's supposed to be pretty good. And then make sure you follow here so you don't miss me on 2 of the best RP shows on Twitch, Turn Order Warped and Turn Order 17 on. I'll see you guys soon.
Thank you. Tuesday.
Guys, thank you so much for watching. It was my pleasure to play the candy obsessed pseudo-medic Felix. I will miss all of the characters very much. Probably Lunk most of all. I'm just now to the point where I'm a little bit okay with Arthur being dead, so this is gonna be hard. All right, I'm never gonna be okay with Arthur being dead. But I also feel very excited about the colonists campaign as well. Like that has so much potential. So let's see what we do, and probably catch me live, not RPing at some point this week, which is a rare occurrence. So come check it out.
Boze.
Hello, my name is Fuzzy Freaks, and I no longer play the Ogron Lunk. Yeah. So, everything is bad. My character is dead. But we get to roll new characters. I get to play a character who maybe can talk in words of more than one syllable and actually has useful things to interject when shit goes down, rather than oh. So pros and cons. I'm gonna miss Lunk though. She was a good character. I liked her.
Miss all of them. We'll miss all of them.
Yeah.
Bobby.
What's up, guys? I'm H.A.W.K. Flill. I played Felix, the dead space cat. It was a great campaign. He was a load of fun to play. One of my favorite characters that I've had the pleasure of playing so far. Probably going to play something extremely different next time, so I'm excited for a change. Thank you guys so much for watching. Can't wait to see what we're going to do with this new campaign. I'm really excited to make a character. I'm probably gonna have one fully made already, regardless of what we're gonna do.
Bobby, we can't do it again.
Well,
he
we know
hates
what
it
we're
when we
gonna
do that.
now.
Well,
He hates it when we do it, Bobby. We
Whack
can't
made
do
the
it.
I have no
executive
self-control.
decision, so we know what we're doing.
Neither
no
do I,
self-control
Bobby.
when it comes
Right,
to-
here's what. You control me and I'll control you, right?
It's not gonna happen.
No,
You
he
just
only,
take a good grip of you, I'll take a good grip, and then we'll grip each
Are we
other
talk-
and we'll...
and are we
Dutch
talking
door
about
action.
Yeah, we are.
We'll race
No,
each other.
Whack only told us to wait if we didn't know what the setting was, but we know what the setting is, so I feel like we can.
We're
come up
doing
with
the character
characters.
creation next week.
Yeah.
We're doing it next week. Just look at it like this. Fuzzy is definitely not going to do it. Peachy's definitely not going to do it until the episode, and they're going to take forever.
Yeah, I'm not gonna like.
It's
warn-
probably a good thing that me and Bobby always make our characters in advance. It makes the time up.
forever. I'm just really bad.
Forever.
They just take forever.
Forever. It takes you quadruple the allotted time. Yes, thank you guys so much for watching. Chat, thank you for being fantastic. Much love to you, chat, for participating in this setting and stuff that we created and hanging out with us while we fly around space acting like idiots. Thank you so much. Thank you, Fuzzy. Thank you, Tuesday. Thank you, Bobby. Thank you, Zagonicus. And thank you, Peachy, who's not here today. That friggin' jerk. I had to kill him when he wasn't even here. That son of a bitch. I wanted to
Is that
see
the
better
first
be
time you've
winning.
done that?
You
What?
better be winning.
No, I haven't. I haven't done that.
Can we go see if he's winning? Let's see if he's
so
winning.
there we go. That's Pete. That's a new way to kill him. Maybe he'll experience it fresh this time.
Wow. Cold-blooded. If you guys like what I do here, I would absolutely love a follow, but you should follow all these wonderful people first. They deserve it. They're free. Follows are free. Yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. 32 weeks with this campaign. It was a hell of a ride. It was a hell of a ride. There was a lot more that needed to sort of be worked out and discovered and whatnot, but didn't happen. Didn't happen.
Remember, no spoilers on Twitter.
Yeah. But next week we're gonna be starting up with character creation, setting creation. So join us then for season 2, I guess, episode 0 of Turner Warped. Hopefully we'll see you there. Tomorrow we've got 7th Eon, which is D&D 5th edition, with Zagonicus, Bobby, Peachy, Charlie Tilla, and McQuanis. That's going to be tomorrow at 2 p.m. Eastern as well. You should come hang out for that. Yeah. Thank you guys for hanging out with us. Much appreciated. Have a wonderful rest of your Saturday. Good night, everybody. Peace out.
Thanks, guys.
Later.